That I accept your nomination.
Being president is a serious job. It's not hosting a talk show.
Will never be president.
Woo! Hey guys, hey, isn't that an awesome video? Isn't that awesome? I love that. I love that. Do not ever worry about one little thing. This is so fun. We are winning, winning, and winning, and winning, and winning. We're going to talk about that winning today. For all you Canada people, I don't know that many people are talking about what's going on in Canada, but we're going to talk about it right here today. You're going to be so happy. Of course, you in Canada already know, but the Americans need to know, and probably folks from Mexico need to know. If y'all are on here, whoever's on here, let's just rejoice in all the winning. And he's going to win, and let's just do not worry about that at all. It's so funny. I mean, we're fighting. We make sure that when people go out to vote, whatever, but don't worry. Don't worry. And yeah, and just to see that they've laughed at us and called us names, and all of a sudden they're like going down like a rock, like a stone. So fun. So fun to watch. Enjoy the show, you guys. I'm Melissa, Red Pill the World. As y'all know, for those of you who have been here with me this whole time of Armageddon, we are fighting the Battle of Armageddon. That's what's happening. We look at how this is biblical. We look at the Q post. We look at, if you're not familiar with QAnon, go to qmap.pub, and you'll be prepared to be blown away, because what's going on behind the scenes is we're getting set free from this cabal, this worldwide mafia. And it's called the Beast of Revelation. This is Armageddon. That's why it's so crazy. Okay, don't worry, we got this. We're like this close to winning. By the end of the year, it'll be a mop-up operation. So we look at the Q post, the current events, and Trump tweets in the light of God's word. All right. So for those of you who've been in our contest, our meme war, we have the winners. I just posted this yesterday. I'm so proud of you guys. We had such a good time doing that. That was so cool. So here, this was our meme war that we did. Started in July. No. Sometime in June. Sometime in June we started, and this was what we did. We had all these memes that were put out. I don't know why it's not showing you, but anyway, the point is the contest is done, and the meme war is finished, and everybody who won is on this link right here. So if you see your name, I'm going to scroll you by. You get one of my books, The QAnon and 1,000 Years of Peace. You get that. Thanks to Jody Anon. Everybody say thanks, Jody Anon, for doing that. She helped to make that happen. You're going to get a paperback signed book by Melissa, Red Pill the World. You get that, as well as a scripture song CD. And in order to get that, you go to Freedom Force Live, freedomforce.live. Okay, I know it says I want to sing.net, but don't worry. freedomforce.live. You go right here, you click right here, you pick out whatever CD you want. You pick out whatever CD you want, you add it to your cart, and it's no shipping or anything, okay? I'll send it all to you ASAP. So let's see who are our winners. This is our number one winner, was this one right here, Trump Dispatch. Awesome. And then our second place winner was Anita Easterday. Awesome. Let me see if I can pull this one up, because it was actually a video. So y'all check that out. My Twitter is Freedom Force.
Come to rape our planet.
I can't take the time to play it right now because I've got to get to a meeting. But anyway, Anita Easterday. And then third place winner was Jenna007TX. Awesome. Look at her cute little feet. She found a heart. That looks like she just you know, that was a Photoshop, but she says that's the real deal. That's pretty cool. And then look at all these winners, Atlanta Mumsy, and on and on and on. Look at all this winners. That's so great. Plus, go on there, find a meme that you like, and blast it out. Blast it out. That's our main thing. Is, you know, when people see a meme, they are more likely to stop and look at that and give it a thought. Okay. So yes, I'm very excited about my freedomforce.live. So then, whenever I have anything to share with you guys, then you will see it on there. And those who've gotten the audio file, so you don't have to read it for yourself. You can you can listen to me for 5.5 hours. But the great news is you will understand Revelation. Someone just posted that to me yesterday. They're like, finally, Revelation makes sense. I'm like, yeah, because it's the truth. We finally understand. And that's what the Lord said he would do. He says that he would not reveal this until the very last minute. And that's revelation. It's revealed. All these things are revealed. And I'm so thankful that the Lord, you know, helped me understand it. And I just, as we started our Freedom Force Battalion, I'm like, all these things, I have over 300 videos, and folks said, make a book, put all this in one place. So that's what it is, QAnon and 1,000 years of peace. Wonderful, wonderful future that we have to look forward to. All right, so congratulations to our winners. You guys, really, really great job. And everyone participated by hearting and liking, and I didn't pick anything. It was just all because of your hearts and your retweets. All right, here we go. Canada. How many times have I gotten comments like, what's going to happen with Canada? Are we going to have, you know, the great awakening come to Canada? And look at this. So many pictures where Trump is going like, it's like he's shooting him. Yeah, he's like, this guy too. We have it all. Got it all. Look at that. I just love our president. And this one, July 1st was Canada Freedom Day. USMCA Chapter 27 comes into effect. Goodbye, liberal cabal. So awesome. Whoever made that tweet. Good job. Good job. I actually shared one today, and next thing I know, the thing is gone. This is not really trending very much on Twitter or around, but I'm going to tell you about it. Hopefully they won't, you know, knock out my video. If they do, don't forget, I've got a BitChute account, Freedom Force Battalion, as well as I'll put it on the podcast. Plus, I can now put it on freedomforce.live. So they can't shut us down everywhere, can they? Anyway, all right. So, and you know, that blackout may just very well be the bad guys being blacked out. We'll see. We're going to see. Don't worry. No matter what happens, we're not going to worry. We're going to rejoice and be excited. All right. So, this chapter 20, I'm going to tell you about what this chapter 27 is, because you're like, what do you mean? But the USMCA is the agreement that replaces NAFTA. NAFTA was the agreement, North American Free Trade baloney, really is what it stood for, because that was where it was between America, the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. It was our trade agreement, but it was anything but free trade, because we got the shaft and they got the gold mine. Or, you know, the cabal always is the one who gets the gold mine, because the regular people in Canada and the regular people in Mexico certainly didn't get it. So it was just a sham. It was just a scam and a sham is what it was. So not anymore, because our wonderful president switched it out. He says, now we're going to have the USMCA. Interestingly, Trudeau, Justin, I hate his name is Justin because he's anything else but just, he did not choose to go to see the president about this. Isn't that funny? But he wouldn't go. The president of Mexico went when they're having this meeting about the USMCA. I'm going to tell you why. Him is scared. Declines invite to USMCA celebration with the U.S. and Mexico in Washington, D.C. Him is scared. He's got COVID. Yeah, right now. That's not it. He's scared of being thrown in the slammer. I'm going to tell you why. He knows that Trump's onto him, and the day of all their evil it's just, the door is slamming shut on it. It's just so exciting. So Canada was set free July 1st. President Trump used the USMCA to save Canada. Chapter 27, anti-corruption, gives U.S. the right to FBI to compel compliance. Look at that. Here's the link to it. This is on my Freedom Forcer. You can go, and I'm going to show you the link, and then that's where you can go to get it. And that's the one I was saying. I retweeted something, and it was like, that's gone. So get it while it's hot. All right, so here is a video of Canada Day that they had just here on the 1st of July. And so I want to introduce you to Norman Traversy. And you're going to see how I do this. I've got this set. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad. I've got this set to 1.5 because seriously, I have a meeting I've got to go to, and so I don't have time to do it in slow speed. And you can always slow me down on your little gear, but yeah, but to save time, I've got to hurry and listen. So that's why I always it's gonna be like sounds like chipmunks. Check it out. Hello.
That's all I am. And I had the courage when it wasn't popular. I mean, my family ostracized. A lot of you have probably had big fights with family over this. And it is a price that we have to pay. But this right here, what you see, this is the reward. This is the reward. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. And probably a lot of people want to hear from this man, Mr. Norman Traversy.
God bless you all. And God bless those who serve, and God bless our veterans and first responders. A year ago, I never thought I'd be here. I never thought I'd be here with you. This all happened because I became aware of just how unjust this country is, the corruption, the criminality, the injustice, and the depravity that we have in our so-called ruling elite. Last August, I'd been following the...
For those of you who are not familiar with the word depravity, that's depraved as in evil, as in demonic, satanic, evil stuff, okay? So this man, Norman Traversy, is a former firefighter, but he's got a really amazing history of his family being patriots from long ago. So anyway, continue.
The SNC Lavland affair, to my disgust. And last August, I saw a YouTube video of Commissioner Brenda Lucky, and she was saluting in her red serge dress Mountie uniform. And while she was saluting, Justin Trudeau came up to her, embraced her, and kissed her on both cheeks. And I thought, what contempt that man has for that person and for the office she holds. I said, I knew the RCMP was crooked, but they're almost literally in bed with the ruling elite.
The mounted police.
Well, that was it for me. I'm just an ex-firefighter. I'm not a lawyer, but I do know that I have the right to file what's called a private prosecution. And I did.
Okay, catch that. A private prosecution. He has the right to file a private prosecution. This goes back to the Magna Carta. Okay, I'll talk about that in a second.
I drafted one up myself, and I went to the Ottawa courthouse. And the JP there, he says, well, go for a coffee. I'm going to have a meeting. I came back after half an hour and he said, will you swear to the best of your knowledge that what's in this document is true? And I swore in the Bible that it was true. And he said, your pre-oncat hearing, that's the hearing where they decide whether you're bogus or not. Your pre-oncat hearing is going to be in 8 days. 8 days. So I showed up 8 days later with a lot of evidence. I spent a lot of money getting a man named Gary McHale as my witness. And we showed up a half hour early for our hearing. And a number of other people showed up as well at the Ottawa courthouse right down the street. And we were told, oh, the judge is sick. So the Ottawa courthouse that day only had one judge, and that judge was sick. So they couldn't deal with the matter of Traversy versus Trudeau. Couldn't do it. So they said, okay, your hearing's going to be in a month, October the 4th. Once again, at great expense, I got my witness out, compiled a basket full of evidence. We had 12 thumb drives with the phone calls from various people harassing Jody Wilson-Raybould, who is the Attorney General of Canada. We had it all. I was there with my witnesses. A number of people were there for moral support. Room 14, the Ottawa courthouse. We were there a half hour early. The door was locked. I knocked on the door. Nothing. We stood outside that door for an hour with me knocking every couple of minutes. We found out at the end of the day, I got a transcript, they held that hearing behind a locked door while I was outside. They invoked the McHale principle for lack of evidence, and I had Gary McHale standing next to me. With over 200 evidentiary documents, we had the thumb drives, we had it all. He locked us out, they locked us out, they had the hearing, they stayed it for lack of evidence. Now, stayed does not mean canceled, it means put on hold, paused, and now I'm going to reopen it.
Yeah, that, and they're just about, you know, altogether going to be going down to walk to the courthouse. You know, when they do that type of thing, and I've actually had that happen to me before when I was trying to deal with a matter, and then they had a hearing behind closed doors. When they do that, they know they're in the wrong. They know that you know, if it comes down to it, they're going to, you know, they've got to circle the wagons, right? Because they've got to make sure that they don't get prosecuted. But that's not going to help because we got the Trump cards. Check it out.
But that's not why we're here today. We're here today because on Dominion Day, July 1st, the USMCA comes into effect. The United States, Mexico, and Canada trade agreement comes into effect now. Now, Section 27 of that trade agreement states that all three co-signers must address corruption in their countries. If they do not address the corruption in their countries, tariffs can be laid. Now, this document, I had a team of people that were legally trained. Like I said, I was just a firefighter. I'm not a lawyer.
Okay, I want to make sure you heard that. The USMCA has Chapter 27, which is a corruption clause. I'm going to show it to you here in just a second, but they are required to make sure there is no corruption. In other words, we're not going to have trade with Canada. Canada's not going to have trade with America or Mexico too, if there's corruption. That's the way we do it. That's the way Trump rolls. If you want to trade with America, you have to have no corruption. That's just, you know, it's all a matter of just the dollars and cents. It just makes sense to get the corruption out if you want to have any money coming into your country. Yeah. Check it.
Lawyer. I did do an outline. This contains a cover letter. We're handing them out. They'll be available online at JusticeForCanada.ca. The entire document will be available as of 12 o'clock, as of now. And this has a cover letter where it's addressed to President Trump and President Maduro. Now, this document has a 6-page legal brief. And that 6-page legal brief addresses only 3 issues out of the dozens of issues that we have in this country. The first one, which is, I know, President Trump's most important priority, is children. Child trafficking.
Sorry, you guys. Completely locked up. I'll show you the letter while it's doing that. Here is the letter.
The Children's Services, the Children's Aid Society, who are kidnapping children and selling babies. We've got the proof. The second section of this 6-page document concerns corporate corruption, and that is SNC, Lavalin, and Trudeau. Now, the third one concerns the workplace safety boards, which affects all of us. These workplace safety boards across Canada are amassing tens of billions, and they are investing that money illegally in the stock market in Canada and the U.S. Ontario has a $52 billion surplus with the WSIB. I told that to Premier Ford, and he said he'd check on it. Within 10 days, he lowered the rates by 3% for employers. He did not do anything about the injured workers. Now, this money is supposed to be held in trust. These workplace safety boards are public trusts. They are not for profit, yet they are for profit. And they are profiting from all of us, all these employers. Now, this money is being laundered through the British Columbia Investment Management Corporation, the BCIMC, and it is then going on to the American and Canadian stock markets illegally through shell companies.
So in other words, they have these accounts that are specifically for injured workers, and they're using these funds as their personal piggy bank to do trading on. They're using these people's money for their own personal gain. Okay, and so the number one, I'll show you the letter real quick before he finishes. Here's the letter to President Trump dated July 1st. This is exactly what he's talking about. This is on JusticeForCanada.ca. Okay, if you want to go and look at it, it's, you know, everything is transparent. Everything that they're doing is transparent. This is where we're headed. We're going to have transparency. That's just all there is to it, everywhere. So Section 1 is the systemic corruption of child protection, government, and law enforcement private agency. So this is, no, I'm sorry. Let's see. Yeah, that was the first one. That's about the children, okay, to protect the children. Sorry, I'm hurting your eyes. All right, so pertaining to the Criminal Code of Canada, children taken from parents based on risk, not actual harm, is kidnapping. Okay, this is the very thing. I have so many people put comments on the section below where it's their children are being taken from them. Ugh, it's just evil. All right, so that's Section 1 is about the child trafficking going across the border and all that. American kids going there, Canadian kids being brought here, all that. Section 2 is about the fraud, the bribery, and the obstruction of justice, where they're doing all this corruption, financial corruption. Okay, so that's number 2. And then number 3 is the workers' insurance programs, criminal fraud, criminal negligence, misappropriation of funds. Okay, so this is, he said 3 of the 6 items. He sent this letter to President Trump. President Trump knows about it. The USMCA is going to deal with it because it gives us the right and requires that this corruption be dealt with. Okay, check it.
Companies like Quadrille and Granite. Look it up. Now, this is huge, and this is going to get fixed for all of us. For all the first responders. We have triple the rate of first responder suicide in Ontario per capita compared to the rest of the country. Why is that? Why is it? Is it because there's a $52 billion surplus that should be going to the injured? Okay, that's what's going to be in the brief. There's lots more we could put in the brief. But what we're going to do is we're going to serve this along with 192 pages of evidence and signed sworn affidavits. Now,
192 pages. That whole packet right there, that red packet, 192 pages that were going to be delivered, signed, sworn affidavits, where someone puts their hand on the Bible and says, "I swear that this is true. What I'm telling you right here. This kind of corruption with children, this kind of corruption with my grandchild was taken, whatever. All that corruption in that packet was taken down there. And this normally would not have any power. It's just a bunch of paper. But now with the USMCA, because our president is setting the whole world free because of this very thing. We have him behind us so that when we complain, we have someone who will back it up with action. We'll back it up with saying, okay, then we're not going to trade with you anymore. Okay. So how do you like that? You see what I'm saying? That's where you got to put your money where your mouth is.
the White House has already gotten this electronically, and they have given us a receipt. So I'm going to walk to the embassy with anybody that will come with me, and I'm going to deliver this. Okay? Okay. Where we go on, we go on. Thank you. God bless you all.
God bless you all. Oh, it just brings tears to my eyes. Isn't that awesome, you guys? Okay, so here, I'm going to give you the link to this also below. But if you look up USMCA.com, you can look up chapter 27. Okay, and it talks about all the deals. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but bottom line, that it's got to be transparent. It can't have corruption. All the, everything that has to happen between our countries so that it is done right. This is just so amazing. All right, I didn't know that was what the USMCA really bottom line was. Okay, now I also found this. If you just look up the word Norman Traversy, you should be able to pull this up, but I'll put it in the link in the description box below. I always do. I always put all kinds of good stuff in there for you. And then there's a little triangle. If you're on your phone, there's a little down pointing triangle, and if you click on that and you put your finger on that, it'll open up the description if you're having a hard time finding it. And anyway, so you can find it on your laptop too. All right, so he's saying in this meeting, I'll just give you the skinny on it. He said that the citizens have the right to uphold the law with private prosecution, and that's what that red packet was. It's private prosecution. It's the Charter of Rights. They said that the Charter of Rights does not apply. Of course, that's what they're going to say, right? But now that we have the power of the USMCA behind it, right? That's why they hate Trump, y'all. Anyway, it's been a rigged election. There's been no rule of law. He said that on the day when he sent this documentation to the FBI, and immediately, and I haven't looked at this one yet, Benjamin Fulford has an article where he's telling about this very thing happening in Canada, and that the FBI will look into any corruption that is given notice to the FBI. Okay, they will look into it, and they will compel the Royal Canadian Mounted Police to deal with it. They will make sure that it's dealt with. This is like, we dealt with someone talking about Big Brother. This is the real good Big Brother. This is the one who's like got your back, who's going to make sure that if you report something, it's not just going to be dumped in the trash. It will be dealt with, or the USMCA is over, right? I mean, that's a pretty big stick, right? So there's that happened, and it goes back to the Magna Carta. he's saying that no one is above the law. That's what really the Magna Carta, when you boil it down, deals with, is that nobody can say, well, I'm Justin Trudeau and I can do as I please. No, you can't. You are responsible to the law too. And clearly he can tell that because he didn't go to this meeting. He knows he's screwed up. All right, so that, they can't undo what they have done. All this is going to come pouring out to everyone, and then they're going to go to prison, and we're going to have fair trade and peace on earth. That's just what it's going to be. All right, so I think, let me see if there's anything else. So this is the letter. Okay, this is the website. This is the letter. All right, I've got to jet out of here, but I'm going to come back. I'm trying to do maybe a shorter video. You know me, but let's pray. Thank you, Lord. We praise you, Lord, that this day has come of deliverance for Canada. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for this USMCA. Thank you for our wonderful president and the entire Q team and all the Q patriots, because all of us together have pushed this along. Even though some people are not awake, there are enough of us who are awake who are pushing this along, and they can't stop us. We praise you, Lord. We praise you for this day has come. Thank you, Lord, that we're going to have that 1,000 years of peace. We're going to have fair trade. We're going to have the children will be protected, and the rule of law, and that no one is above the law. We praise you, Lord, that no more man of lawlessness, no more antichrist, no more anti-good and anti-love and anti-freedom and anti-country and anti-good everything. We're going to have truth and peace and health and wealth. We just praise you. We praise you that we're getting to see this. So just help us to keep pressing until we see everything set right in all the world. We praise you, Lord, that you are the King of the world, and that you have assumed your role, as it says in Revelation 11. You have assumed your role, and you come to reign. We give you praise in your great name, Jesus. Amen. All right, I love you guys. I think that's it for now, and I will be back on. So make sure to share. Make sure to share the videos and everything. Yeah. Make sure you should like and share and pass this along to people, so that, especially because I try to do shorter videos, but so that people can understand what's really going on behind the scenes. And I'll be back. I'm going to try to do another one today, because if I don't, there's just too much news coming out. All right, love you guys. All right, bye.